मुझे लगेगा नहीं चार्ज में।
Yeah, I hope it's audible. We have received several chats as a no. Is this audible? Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. If it is audible, please give a thumbs up. Yeah, excellent. Excellent. Sounds good. Yeah, we have active participants. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So we'll start the today's session officially. So good evening to all the distinguished professors, faculty members, research scholars, and PhD scholars, my dear students, and mathematics enthusiasts joining us from various institutions across India and around India and as well as abroad. On behalf of the Indian Mathematics Professors Association and the Infinity Research and Development Institute, it's give me immense pleasure to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each and yeah, please, my dear participants, please mute your mic. Okay, so welcome to all of all the participants for this national level online workshop on
डॉक्यूमेंट
mastering graph theory with advanced computational tools like Python, Surge Math, MATLAB, and as well as LaTeX. Okay, so it is scheduled from the today to 26th June. So first of all, I would like to thank all the participants for their enthusiastic response and overwhelming support. And your presence reflects your shared commitments towards learning, research, innovation, and as well as academic excellence. Mathematics has always been regarded as a language of science. That's why we call it as the queen of science. However, in today's rapidly evolving the world and mathematical research extends beyond the theoretical understanding so that modern mathematicians are expected to develop the algorithms, perform the computational experiments, and also visualize the complex structures and also the analyzing the networks and communicate their findings effectively through high quality publications. Yes, the graph theory is one of the most vibrant and rapidly growing branches of mathematics. It's given enormous applications in artificial intelligence, data science, and social networks uh, anywhere. That is a transportation, communication, biological networks, and cyber security, and operation research in the new era, that is a quantum computing. Okay, so in all the area, the graph theory has most vibrant applications. So that the primary objective of this workshop is to bridge the gap between classical graph theory and modern computational research. So by introducing the participants to powerful computational tools such as Python, Surge Math, MATLAB, and as well as LaTeX. During the next 5 days, the participants will gain exposure to the fundamentals of graph theory and as well as the network science. This is the first one. And the second thing, we focused on graph constructions and visualization techniques. And third thing, so we'll implement graph algorithms using Python. That is BFS and DFS like that. And also we'll have the different algorithms. We'll see the shortest path algorithms, spanning trees like that. And also we'll explore how we can work with these computational tools. We work with the domination, coloring, matching, decomposition. It's like that we plan for this session. Also, the search math for advanced graph computations. Okay, so we'll work on it. And also we'll implement several concepts in MATLAB for mathematical visualization. And also we'll see the latex draw for publication ready figures. Okay, and research oriented applications and computational approaches. Also, our Indian Mathematics Professors Association, in collaboration with Infinity Research and Development Institute, so we develop our own graph theoretical tools. So we'll explain how these graph theoretical tools will reduce our work burdens or reduce our balancing of the workforce. So by end of this workshop, so participants will be able to understand graph theoretic concepts computationally and develop a graph algorithms and also generate professional visualization and as well as apply modern computational techniques in research and publication activities. Dear participants, so please mute your mic. So I strongly encourage all every participants to actively engage in this discussion. Ask the questions. Okay, so that's why we gave all the participants for the mic options. Okay, so please avoid to unmute your mic. Okay, so so that we can have a wonderful session experience. Okay, so this is fully perform the hands-on exercises and make the most of this learning opportunities. And it's more interactive. Okay, so it is more valuable. This workshop will become. I would also like to acknowledge and appreciate the efforts of the organizing team, the coordinators and volunteers, and all the supporting members whose dedication has made this program is possible. Once again, I extend my sincere thanks to all the participants for joining us today. I'm confident that next 5 days will be intellectually simulating, practically enriching, and professionally rewarding this workshop. So let us begin this exciting journey together and explore how graph theory can be transformed from mathematical concepts into algorithms, visualization, and computational models and impactful research contributions. Thank you all. I wish you wonderful and productive workshop. So let the learning begins with this words. Okay, so I hope the screen is visible. Almost around we have 87 participants. Yeah, I didn't share any screens. Yeah, just wait. Yeah, just wait. I'll share the screen. Yeah, is the screen is visible? Yeah. Mm. Okay. So throughout this session, okay, so will use for the several softwares. It's like Python, SurgeMath, MATLAB, and as well as LaTeX Draw. Okay, so most of the session will use for online platform. Okay, so that is very easy to explore the new concepts. Okay, so that will be very easy to understand for the beginners. Okay, suppose if you want to install the offline software, okay, so surely we'll share the links. Okay, so we can easily install the offline softwares. Okay, so we only use the online platforms. Okay, so we'll use for the entire session. Okay, so in the first day we'll plan for Python. Okay, so how the Python which will be helpful to uh, plot the graphs, and we can easily construct the graphs like that. Okay, so the first in this Python, so we'll use for the Google Colab. Okay, so just type the Google Colab. Okay, so if you are attended our previous session, all of them aware about what is the Google Colab and how can we work on this Google Colab. Okay, so just open this Google Colab. Okay, so this is a keyword. Okay, so this is an online hands-on session. Okay, so please you can also work in the side by side. Okay, so then only you can get the clear understanding of the session. Okay, so that is very objective. That is the objective of the session also. Okay, so our main objective of the session is participants will get the confidence to work on the graph theory with this advanced tools. That is the only one objective, and we expect that outcome also. Okay, is this clear? Okay, so that's how we plan for the session. Okay, so our main objective of the session is to create a confident on these tools. Okay, so the participants able to work on these tools confidently. Okay, so just type this Google Colab. Okay, so this is a keyword. After entering this keyword, just hit enter. Okay, so this will be showing these type of search results. Okay, so in the search results, just click this Collab notebook or anything. Okay, so just I want to use this Collab notebook. Is this clear? Is there any queries from the participant side? If you have a query, so please post in the chat box. If you don't have any query, so please give a thumbs up. Okay, so most of the participants already aware about what is a Google Colab and how can we work on this Google Colab. Okay, so this entire session for Python will use for this Google Colab. Okay, so in this Google Colab, we'll use, we need to create one new notebook. Okay, so just here you can see the new notebook option is there. Okay, so just click this new notebook. Okay, it's automatically create one of the new notebook. Okay, so just right, it's creating. Yeah, this is our new Google Colab notebook. Okay, we need to work on Python with this Google Colab. Okay, so just we'll see. Okay, so this is a very basic tool. Okay, here I can change. So this is a uh, notebook name. Okay, so this is our notebook name. Okay, so GT Python. Okay, so just change your uh, notebook name. Okay, so just I have changed this notebook name. Okay, so here you can see the several options are there. That is a file menu. Okay, so this is look like a MS Office Okay, so here we can see this file menu. So in this file menu, certain basic menus are there. Okay, so it's like locate in drive, open in playground mode, new notebook in drive. It's like that. We can have a basic menus are there. Okay, so in this edit option, we can have a cut, copy, paste, and find. It's like that. We can which is available in this edit. Okay, so in this view menu, you can see the several menus are there. There is a table of contents, executed code history. It's like that. We can have in this view. So we have a insert. Okay, so this is called it as a cell. Okay, so here you can see this blue color line indicate the cells. Okay, so each cell we need to execute. Okay, so after entering the code, so we need to execute the each cell. So with the help of this play button. Okay, so we can see this play option is there. Okay, so if you click this play button, so automatically it will be execute and it shows the output uh, below the cell. Okay, so here we can have this runtime. Okay, so here we have a runtime menus are there. Okay, so that is very easiest one. Here we can have some shortcuts are there. Shortcuts also there. Okay, so if you press the control F9, that will execute all the cells will be run. Okay, suppose if you want to run before all the cells, just click this control plus F8. Okay, so if you want to run the particular cell, okay, so just click control plus enter. Okay, so this will be um, run the particular cells. Okay, and also if you want to select the cell and you can run the cell with the help of this shortcut control shift enter. Okay, so suppose if you want to run the cell below and above, we need to use this control F10. Okay, so these are all the run options are there, and also we can have the tools which will be showing the later. Okay, so suppose if you want to add the new cells, that is very easy. Okay, you can navigate it to the top or bottom. You can see this code options are there. Okay, so code or text. Okay, suppose if you want to use this text option, this will be shows the text. Okay, suppose I want to use this. This is our tools. Okay, so just I want to use this. This is our title. Okay, so this how we can change the titles like this. Okay, so for example, we can change the bold, italic, and if you want to increase the size, that is also possible. Okay, so this how we can increase the size also. Okay, so just click this control enter. Okay, so this cell which will be execute and it shows the results.
Sir,
Okay, so yeah.
sir, after the sir GT Python IPYNB, please repeat how we open this.
Is this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just go to this code option in the top header. Okay, so just click this plus button that will create the code cell. Suppose if you want to use the text, okay, so just go to this text. Okay, so if you click this text button, this automatically add. Okay, so here we can have a shortcuts also there. We can navigate it to the below or above the cell. We can have this option, the code or text. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so now I want to use the code. Okay, so for example, first we'll see, I can use one more text cell. Okay, so just I want to use this introduction of Python. Okay, so the Python is one of the versatile language. Okay, so here we can have easiest methods are there. Okay, so if we comparing to some other programming language, so Python is easy to understand and it have a huge applications. Okay, so that's why we can use this Python for graph theory. Okay, so the Python introduction is very simple. Okay, so we need to understand some basic concepts. Okay, so in the aspect of graph theory, that is very simple. Okay, so this aspect of graph theory, that is very simple. Okay, so no need to learn the Python the previously. Okay, so that is very simple, easy to understand graph theory with the Python. Okay, so here we can use only one packages. Okay, so with the help of that particular package, and we can work on the entire graph theoretical concepts. Okay, so I will explain the step by step. Okay, so if you want to understand a Python, okay, so then that is very easy. Okay, so just wait. I can open my offline Jupyter notebook. Just right. Okay, so this is the screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a very huge topic. Okay, I will explain very simple concepts. Okay, so this is a brief history of Python. Okay, so this Python was invented in Netherlands. Okay, so in the 19th century. Okay, so 1990s. Okay, so that is this is a Guido van Rossum. He is a hero of the Python. Okay, so he invented Python. Okay, so the Python nomenclature was very funny. Okay, so the Python initially put the name as a Monty Python. Okay, so this Monty Python is one of the um, uh, fun series in the 1990s. Okay, so the Guido van Rossum is a fan of that series. Okay, so that's why he named this tool as a Monty Python. Okay, so later name was changed as a Python. Okay, so this is a very interesting histories are there. Okay, so this first version. Okay, so the Python, the first version was introduced in the 1980s. Okay, so that is a Centrum Viscido Informatica. Okay, so in Netherlands. Okay, so this is the first version of Python, that is a 0.90. In the year of 1991 it is released. Okay, so now we have a highest version. Okay, so there is an updates. Okay, so is Guido van Rosen. Okay, so he is uh, hero of this today's session. Okay, and also this Python is a highly versatile programming language. Okay, so that is easy to understand, and it have a clean syntax. Okay, so that's why we can say this is a script language. Okay, so and also to have a extensive libraries are there. Okay, so we'll use for one of the library, that is call it as a network X. Okay, then this network X plays a major role in graph theory. Okay, so and also this is an interactive computing and numerical computing. It's like that. That is a vast areas of applications are there. Okay, so. First we need to understand the package. Okay, so this package is nothing but here we'll use the package. Okay, so that is a first we need to understand what is a library. Somebody say that is a libraries. Okay, so some participants say that is dear participants, please mute your mic. Okay, so somebody call it as a libraries or somebody call it as a package. Okay, so if you want to understand Python, okay, so we need to understand these both concepts. Okay, so what is the libraries and what is the package? Okay, so first we need to install this particular package. Okay, so then only we can use this particular package for the entire notebook. Okay, so we'll see only the graph theoretical aspects. Okay, we'll see only in the graph theoretical aspects. Okay, so now in this entire Python session, okay, so we'll use this particular package. Okay, so for example, here we need to install this network X. Okay, so this is a package. Okay, so just can execute this pip install network X. Okay, so with the help of this package we can do anything in graph theory. Okay, uh, the first execution, it may take some time. Okay, so just wait, I'll post this in the chat box. Yeah, I've shared this code in the chat box. So please use this chat code. Okay, so you need to run this. Okay, this is a very important steps. Yeah, you can use Jupyter Notebook. There is no issue. Okay, so for beginners, easily understand there is a Google Colab. That's why we can use. Suppose if you have a Jupyter Notebook or some other IDE, easily you can use it. Is this clear? Shall we move? Okay, so if it is clear, so please give a thumbs up. Yeah, Dhanalakshmi ma'am, which one? I didn't understand your query, so please unmute your mic and ask your query. Shall we move?
Sir, there is some network issue, so I'm not able to understand from the beginning, sir. So how to
Okay,
create this Python?
that is very simple, ma'am. Okay, so open your any of your browser. Okay, so in this browser, just type Google Colab. Okay, so that will create one of the Google Colab notebook.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, in this Google Colab notebook, suppose if you are signed in with a different your Gmail account. Okay, so in this Gmail account,
First
you
user
can open.
Google Colab.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Okay, sir.
So in this Google Colab, you can create one new notebook.
Okay, sir.
So in this new notebook, we can enter this pip install network X.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you, sir.
That is very simple.
Okay.
Shall we move? Is there any other queries?
सर इनवैलिड सेंटेंस दिखा रहा हम ऑन किए तो
Once again, ma'am.
प्लस सर इनवैलिड इन सेंटेंस दिखा रहा हूँ
Invalid?
Syntax.
Invalid syntax. So
Yes,
okay,
sir.
just copy paste the same. Okay, so just wait. I'll zoom this. Can type. Okay, so this is this visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So just type this. Yeah, we'll explain how can we install the Jupyter notebook later. Shall we move? Yeah, Nityanandi ma'am, this is a excellent question. Okay, so the network X is one of the library for graph theory. Okay, if you want to perform graph theory, we need to install this network X. Shall we move? Okay, so I think there is no queries received from the chat box. Next, we'll move on to import this network X. Okay, so first we need to, this is a step one. Okay, so this is a step one. Okay, so the step one, so we need to install. Okay, so after that, so we need to the step two, we need to import. Okay, so we need to import this package libraries. Okay, so import the packages. Is we need to import this packages. Okay, that is a step two. Okay, this import is very simple. Okay, is the screen is visible, ma'am? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the
Sir, please
next we
show
need to
step one more time.
Yes, sir.
the installation. Installation.
Okay.
Okay, so this is an installation. After installation of the package, we need to import the package. Okay, so that is a very easiest keyword. It is import. This is a keyword. Okay, so we need to import this network X. Okay, so just I can copy this. Okay, so I can copy and paste over here. This is a network X. Okay, so this network X as a long characters, so we need to reduce the character size. Okay, so that's why I can put a new name for this package. Okay, so this network X here onwards, we can call it as a any other simple abbreviation. Okay, so just I can use this NX. Okay, so this is my short name. Okay, so this is my short name for this particular package. Okay, so you can put anything. Okay, so you can put anything. Okay, so here I can put the network X. Here we can put some short abbreviation. Okay, so here onwards, if you put NX in anywhere, that stands for that network X. Is this clear? Okay, so this how we can import that particular package to our notebook. Okay, so just we can execute this. Okay, so now the network X package is installed, or also that package is imported for our notebook. Is this clear? This is our step two. Is this clear? Shall we move? Okay. So after installation of this installation and import, so we need to use this notebook as a graph theoretical notebook. Okay. So now we can see how to create an empty graph. Okay. So first we need to know how to create an empty graph. Okay. So I hope all of them have a background of graph theory. Okay. So please, if you are background of graph theory, so please give a thumbs up. Yeah, sure, sir. We'll share the recording link. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Okay. So please, anyone explain what is a graph? So this is an interactive session. So please explain. So if it is a student, the most welcome.
Ordered pair of vertices and edges.
Excellent, ma'am. Excellent. The ordered pair of vertices and edges. Okay. So we need the two sets. One is a vertex set and another one is a edge set. Okay. So now we need to create an empty graph. Okay. So then the empty graph, we need to create the vertex set and as well as edge set. Okay. So first I want to create the graph G. Okay. So my graph name is G. Okay. So next I want to create the NX stands for, all of them might know about this. NX stands for the network X. The NX stand for the network X. Okay. So in this network X package, I want to create one empty graph. Okay. So one empty graph. Okay. So this will create an empty graph. Okay. So in this empty graph, I want to draw this. So we can create an empty graph. If you want to visualize this graph, so we need to visualize. Okay. So for example, the same network X, I want to use this inbuilt function. Okay. So the draw. Okay. So the draw underscore network X. So okay, draw underscore network X of the graph name. Okay. So my graph name, all of them might know about. That is my graph name is okay. So my graph name is G. Okay. So just I can create an empty graph. Okay. So I want to visualize this graph. Okay. So just you can execute this. You can see one of the empty graph which we have created. Okay. So there is no vertex and there is no edges. Is this clear? Okay. So just wait. I can share this. Yeah. I have posted. Okay. So please execute this. Okay. If possible, so please type yourself. Okay, if unavoided situation, so please copy paste.
I get errors.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, so if you got the error, you need to miss these two steps. Okay, so these two steps are very essential. Okay, so we need to install this network X. Okay, so just type this and this click play button. Okay, so this will be run the cell and this will execute. Okay, after this installation, we need to import this package. Okay, so then only you can get this output. Is this clear? Just check it.
Yes, sir. I will check.
Yeah. If you got the output, so please post in the chat box. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
As per the definition, vertex should be a non-empty node. Here we don't have any vertices.
Yes, sir. Just we can create a empty box. That's why we can say the graph nx.graph, which will place the layout of the structure. Okay, so we'll add one by one.
Because this is not a graph, just a figure without
Yeah,
any diagram.
yeah, yes, sir.
And
Without
then,
any vertex or without any edges.
uh, and then one more thing, sir. We already
Yeah,
use network x as nx.
yeah.
Can we use that nx dot draw underscore nx of g?
Nx draw. No,
In
sir. This is an
uh,
inbuilt function.
or
So
draw
this is an
underscore is
in.
an inbuilt function. We can't
Yeah,
use
yeah. The draw underscore network X is an inbuilt
inbuilt
function
function.
to visualize the graph.
Okay.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So I think
Sir, I got it, sir.
yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. So next we'll create an vertex set. Okay. So just I can create there is no vertex set. We can add only one node. Okay. So just I want to add only one node. Okay. So for example, in the graph G. So in the graph G, I want to add only one node. Okay, so this is an inbuilt function we have, add underscore node. Okay, so this is an inbuilt function. Okay, so in this node, I want to add v1. Okay, so v underscore 1. Okay, so just I can add the only one vertex that labeled as v1. Okay, so if you want to visualize this graph, just copy this paste. Okay, so this is only for the visualization purpose. Okay, so just I can copy and paste. Okay, so just we have added the graph G. I want to add only one vertex that is labeled as v1. Okay, so just we can execute this. You can see the only one vertex which will be added. Is this clear? Okay, so now we have added only one node. Okay, that is labeled as V1. Dear participants, this is a beginner's level. Okay, so we'll elevate the step by step. Okay, so I can explain how can we change the labels and how can we change the positions like that. I will explain later. Okay, so this is a beginner's level. Okay, so we can create a particular node on the graph. Is this clear? Okay, so just wait. Yeah, if you got the output, so please give a thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, so this is a one way. Suppose if you want to add the list of nodes, okay, so if you want to add the list of nodes, that is also possible. Okay. Yeah. I'll wait, sir. I'll wait. I'll wait. Shall we move? Attribute error. Yeah, suppose if you miss this single quotation, that will have some error. Okay. So in Python, so we need to specify the character or string within the single quotation or double quotation. Is this clear? Shall we move? Yeah, that is possible. If it is a single quotation or double quotation, that may be anything, sir. If you put anything, that will give an output. Okay. So instead of the single quotation, you can use this double quotation also. That will give an output. Shall we move? Pradiksha, sir. Sir, I think there is a typo. So that is a no, that is not a node. That is a node. NODE. You kindly change that. That surely that will execute. Okay. Suppose if you want to add the list of nodes, that is a very simple. Okay. So this then we can go with this. I can copy this. Okay. So due to the time constraint, just I can copy this. Okay. So now I want to add the list of nodes. Okay. So for example, we need to upgrade this. Okay. So just I can add the list of nodes from. Okay. So here we can give, I want to add the list. Okay. I want to add the list. Okay. So for example, I can use this list. Okay. So already I have V1. Okay. So in this V1, I want to add V2. Okay. I want to add V2. So then I want to add V3. Okay. So I want to add V3. Okay. So then I want to add V4. Okay, so it's like that we can add any number. Okay, so for example, I can add V4. Okay, so V4, and also we can add the V5. Okay, so V5. Okay, I want to add these nodes. Okay, so this is a multiple nodes are there. That's why we can change it as a plural. Okay, that is a nodes from this particular list. Okay, you can execute this and see V1 is there, V2 is there, and V3 is there, V4 is there, V5 is there. Is this audible?
Yes,
Dear
sir.
participants and technical team, is this audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So now we have created the 5 nodes. Okay. So this how we can create the list of nodes also. Okay. So we have created the list of nodes. Okay. That is very simple. Can comparing to this, just here we can add only one node. That's why we can use the add underscore node. Okay. Here we can add the list of nodes. This is a plural. That's why we can use the nodes from the particular list. That is a very simple. Okay. So there is no need to mug up, or there is no need to remember. Okay. There is a flow of the script. Renuka Lakshmi ma'am, suppose if your network connection is too low, so maybe on the time we can have this type of error.
Sir, how it take the position?
Yeah, I will explain, ma'am. I will explain later. Okay. So first we'll see the random manner. Okay. So I will explain the positions in the later.
Also, sir, like we underscore, if you don't want that underscore, like what we should do, sir?
I mean, Python, it's not possible. Okay. So Python, we can't able to change this labels. Okay, so it's not a latex. Okay, so in Python, we can visualize like this.
Okay, sir.
But in the latex, that is possible. In the Python, it's not possible.
Sir, my question is like if we are doing a paper and we want B1, B2, like if we want to cut and paste this figure, so that underscore is there, so we can't do it. We can't like put that picture, right? So that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I can understand. But in the Python, it's not possible, ma'am. We can label V1, V2. Okay, so we can remove this underscore. That is possible, but it will not be in the subscript.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. No worries. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, it is mandatory, like v_2, v_3.
There is no issue, sir.
We can,
We can put anything.
okay.
We can put
Suppose
anything.
we can put A, B, C, no?
Yeah, that is also
That is
possible.
what ma'am's question.
Yeah, that is possible. We can put
That is what.
anything.
Instead
Okay,
of
so for example, here we can put 1 comma, 2 comma, 3 comma, 4 comma, 5. That is also possible.
this is what
Okay,
ma'am was asking.
so just if you execute this, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's also executed.
But again, sir, why V2, V3 and all again it is repeating?
Yeah, this is here we have used the Google Colab.
Hmm.
Okay, so in each and every codes
Yes,
that
yes.
is
It
stored in
will.
the server that will execute continuously. So that's why we can have the Google Colab, we can have repetitions. Okay.
Myself, I got the same graph, but in a single node, everything got repeated. In a single node, V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
It
Yes,
has
sir.
done.
That is the server issue, sir. So, for example, in every code that will be connected to the server, and then that will execute.
So if we run it again and again, I think that
Yeah,
repetition
yeah.
won't be there.
Suppose if you run again, you can
Hmm.
see uh, some more edges are added. Okay,
Hmm.
so it's like that if it is disconnected, then that will connect to the server, then that will execute. Okay, so for the beginners, that is the very easiest tool. So that's why we can use this Google Colab. Okay, suppose if you want to perform some advanced concepts, we need to install this Anaconda Navigator or some other IDs. We can perform. Yeah, yeah. I will explain, sir. I will explain. I will explain this step by step. Shall we move? Okay. So just I can create one more graph. Okay. So just I can create the H. Okay. So in the previous one, just we can add the H. Okay. So, just I can create a graph name as a H. Okay. So for the continuation of this session. Okay. So just I can use this graph name as a H. Okay, so now we can add this wait. Okay, so just I can add some more edges. Okay, so it's like that. Easily we can do the operations. Okay, so I can use this
So the code
and use. Okay, so just we can use this. Okay, here you can have a graph. Okay, just you can also create this H. Okay, so for the continuation of the previous one, we can have a graph called the several vertices. Okay, suppose if you are using the Google Colab, so please execute these two chats also. Okay, so just I can insert it in the chat box. Okay, so we can create one new node, new graph that is a H. Okay, so here as of now we have created the nodes. After that, so we need to create an edges. Okay, so we need to create an edges. Okay, so for example, I want to connect what type of error, ma'am? Kindly share the error. Dear participants, please uh,
Sir, get the error, sir.
yeah, just change the graph name. That is very simple, yeah. Okay, so just instead of just copy this, just copy this. Okay, so just change instead of G, just change the H. That is very simple. Okay, so you need to change the graph name. Okay, so here you can see this is our graph name H. You need to use this H here. Shall we move? We need to see many concepts, so please, if it is clear, please give a thumbs up. I can understand. There is no queries. Yeah, we'll perform several operations. Okay, so in this previous graph, so we can have several unwanted vertex. Okay, so it's like 1, 2, 3s are there, V1, V2, V3s are there. Okay, so that will confusing for the beginners. Okay, so that's why we can create one of the easiest graph. Okay, so we'll perform the several operations. That's why you can create a H. Okay, so if it is the beginner, easy to understand. Okay, so that's why we can create this a simple graph. Okay, so that will be easy to understand. That's why I can create a new graph. Shall we move?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So next I want to add the edges. Okay, so next I want to add the edges. For example, here we can have a three methods are there. Okay, so in the three methods, easily we can add the edges. Okay, so the first method, okay, so for example, I can use this E. Okay, so I want to connect. Okay, so I want to give an edge between 1 comma 2. Okay, so my E is nothing but I want this is a unordered pair. Okay, so 1 comma 2. Okay, I want to connect this vertex 1 and as well as a vertex 2. Okay, so then we can add the edges. Okay, so for example, I can add underscore edge. This is a keyword. Okay, so I want to add the edges on the graph edge. Okay, so on the graph edge, I want to add the edge. Okay, so my edge name is nothing but that is a E. Okay, so just I want to add the edge. Okay, so just you can execute this. Okay, so then we need to display the graph. Okay, so just I can copy this, copy and paste. Okay, so just I can copy and paste, can execute this. You can see this 1 and 2s are connected with this particular edge. Is this clear? Okay, so just we can connect the edges. Okay, I have posted in the chat box. Just try that. It is clear. Please give a thumbs up.
So can you just scroll a little down so that we can see?
Yeah, this graph is randomly changed. Okay, so each one have a different layouts. Yes, I can zoom out. You can see, can have a different layouts are there. Okay, so each one have a random layouts. Okay, I will explain how can we positionize this output in the later. Yeah, this is a new output, ma'am. Okay, so for example, in each time, so we can have this new output. Okay, so we can perform the single cell also. Okay, so we can perform the single cell for the understanding purpose. We have created the multiple. Varun sir, you need to add the even. Okay, so even is a graph name. Here also we can change it as a even. Okay, that is a g dot add h even. Okay, so we need to
Can we show the previous
this one.
yes sir.
Yeah.
So please sir.
The same graph that will connect. Okay, so just wait. We can connect all the vertices. Okay, so we can have a clear idea. Okay, so then we can connect with the different graphs. Okay, so for example, the same. Okay, so already we have done. For example, we can connect the list of edges. Okay, so for example, h dot add underscore edges from. Okay, so just from just we can give the list. Okay, so for example, we can have a list. Okay, already we can connect with the 1 comma 2. Now we can connect with the 2 comma 3. Okay, so we can have this unordered pair 2 comma 3. Okay, so this is a first order. In the second order, we can connect with this 3 comma 4. Okay, so we can connect the 3 comma 4. This is the second one. Okay, so then I want to connect with the 4 comma 5. Okay, so 4 comma 5. Okay, so this is a third order. Okay, so the next we can connect with the 5 comma 1. Okay, so just we can create a cycle. Okay, so just we can create a cycle. Okay, so just I can copy and paste here. Okay, so now we have connected all the vertices. Okay, so now we can see we can have 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 3 comma 4, 4 comma 5, and 5 comma 1. Okay, it's look like a cycle with the 5 vertices. Let's try this. Is there any queries from the participant side?
Sir,
Here
will it
we can.
remember all the vertices? Like even if we randomly write 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, will it remember like for the first chord if we introduce some vertices though? Will it remember even if you don't add all those 1, 2, 3 as a list?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. We need to give a vertex or node name in exactly the previous input. Okay, so in the previously, here we can give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, suppose here if you put some other node names, that surely that will get an error. This is our. Yeah, I will explain. I will explain the directed edges. I will explain later. Okay, so now we are in the step-by-step process. Okay, so we can have. I will explain the later in the
Sir,
directed
I
graph.
get error, sir.
Hello.
I get error, sir.
Ma'am, kindly say what is the error. Okay, so then only I can understand and we can rectify the error. Or otherwise,
People
please post in the chat box.
tuple object is not scalable. Perhaps you missed a comma.
Yeah, we need to give this exact orders. Okay, so for example, this order may be anything. Okay, so for example, we can replace 3 comma 2 or 2 comma 3. That may be your wish. Okay, so but this is a syntax. Okay, so we if you give a one unorder, we need to give the comma and next create another unorder and we need to split it as in the comma. It's like that.
Sir, I
I
have a
will give
question.
the same comment, sir. I give the same comment, but I will get a error, sir. You
Check
got
the
it.
graph name. Suppose if you mistake in this graph name H or G,
H
that is
dot
a confusion.
add underscore edges underscore from open
Okay.
bracket, close bracket, 2 comma 3, comma
Okay.
3 comma 4, comma 4 comma 5, comma 5 comma 1.
Okay.
Again closed bracket and parenthesis bracket. Next line nx dot draw
Please
underscore.
post in the chat box. Please post in the chat box. I can see.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 1 connected, but 1, 2 is not mentioned. Then why it is
Yeah, 1 comma
connected
2 already we have connected in the
in the
previous.
previous? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is automatically, it will take. Or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. This is in the same notebook. That's why we can ask them update.
Okay. Huh.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, that is possible, sir. I will explain. Okay, so this is a step by step. Okay, I will explain all the queries. Okay, so if you end of the study session, you can have all the queries and they listed out. Okay, so for example, how to add the directed age and as well as loop. Okay, I will explain the step by step. Surely, I will explain. Okay, if it is understand this particular concept, so please give a thumbs up. We can move on to the next stage.
Sir,
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
sir, in the vertices name you are using comma or a quotation, you are using a vertices name. But in the number in the vertices, you have not used in the
Yeah. In the
commas.
Python, so in the Python, if anywhere, if you use the character or string, we need to specify, we need to differentiate the particular command or particular given command, given words is it's not a command. Okay, so we need to specify that. So that's why we can have a single quotation or double quotation. Okay, so Python will understand our given given things is the string or a character with the help of the single quotation or double quotation. If we run the second time, then will generate a random graph. Yeah, yes, sir, Pratik, sir. That is if so for example, if we run once again, the randomly that change the position. Shall we move?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Okay, so the next one. Okay, so we can have the suppose if you want to increase the size or if you want to um, mm, change the color. Okay, suppose if you want to uh, mm, change the vertex size like that. Okay, that is possible. Okay, so for example, here we can use this nx. Okay, so nx dot draw underscore network x. Okay, suppose if you want to change the graph style. Okay, so for example, our graph name is h. Okay, I want to um, add the colors. Okay, so for example, here I want to change the color of the node. Okay, so for example, I can change the node color. Okay, so node underscore color. Okay, so which is I can use the pink. Okay, so I want to change the node color as a pink. Okay, also I want to increase the size of the node. Okay, so maybe we can increase the size of the node. Okay, so for example, the node size. Okay, so node size maybe we can give around 200. Okay, so we can change the 2000 pt. Okay, so just you can execute this. Okay, just I have changed the node color as a pink. Okay, so the node size will increase. Okay, so just you can execute this. You can see the node colors are changed, and also the vertex size also increased. Okay, so the similar way, for example, if you want to change it as a blue. Okay, so that is possible with the different colors. Okay, so for example, here we can change it as a 200. Okay, so this will gives this type of colors also. Okay, so you can change any colors, and also you can change any size. Yeah, I will explain. Joseph Paul sir, I will explain in the part of coloring. Okay, so that is possible in the coloring. I will explain later. We can perform the entire coloring parameter with the help of Python. I will explain later. Okay, suppose if you want to upgrade the edge color. Okay, so in the same. Okay, so I want to add the edge color. Okay, so edge underscore color. Okay, I want to change the edge color as red. Okay, want to change the edge color as a red. Okay, so just give this. Okay, this will give the, we can change the edge color also. Yeah, I will explain. Dhanalakshmi ma'am and Joseph Paul sir, I will explain later. Manmohan Shah, so please post in the chat box of your error. Okay, so I will check and will give a correct solution. Yeah, you have missed, you have in the typo. So draw underscore network X. Okay, you missed this X. So that's why we can have an error. Manmohan Shah. Shall we move?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the next we can do the directed graph. Okay, suppose if you want to plot the directed graph, that is a very simple. Here in the previous, just we can create the empty graph. No, so just we can create this. H is equal to, I can copy this. Okay, so H is equal to nx dot graph of. Okay, so in the same easily we can create. Okay, so just I can change it as a this is a directed graph. That's why I can use the graph name is a D. Okay, so here also I can change it as a D. Okay, suppose if you want to create a directed graph, that is a very simple. Here we need to use this die. Okay, so this die, the previous one, just we can put the graph of. If you want to use this die graph, okay, this automatically create a directed graph. Is this clear? Okay, so just instead of the previous empty graph, just I can add this die, a di. Okay, so this will give the entire parameter will change it as a directed graph. Okay, so now we can add the same thing. Okay, so for example, just I can add this. Okay, so due to the time constraint, I can copy and paste and edit the code. Okay, so just this here. Okay. Okay, so for example, here we need to add this D. Okay, so this is our graph name, So just we can add this. Okay, so here we can have created the vertices. Okay, so and also just I can copy this edges. Okay, so just we can create the edges. Okay, so here also we can add the 1 comma 2. Okay, so here this order of pair is very important. Okay, if you put this 1 comma 2, we can have the direction 1 into 2. Okay, suppose if you want order, if you change the order, then we can have a directions like that. Okay, so you can sorry, we need to change the graph name. Okay, so our graph name is D. Okay, so just I can change that. Okay, so here you can see the directions are changed. Okay, so this is called as a directed graph. Okay, so
Can
this
we
is a,
do the diagram of this directly?
yeah, that is possible, sir. That is possible. I will explain. I will explain. Is this clear?
Sir, scroll
Just wait.
up. Scroll up.
Yeah, just wait. Just wait. I will copy and paste. Okay, so this is a directed graph. Okay, so just I have changed the DI. Okay, so the DI, which will be changing the entire directed graph. Okay, so then we can add the vertices. Okay, so that is possible. Okay, so here you can run within the single cell also. Okay, so for the beginners, that's why you can have multiple cells. Okay, so for example, you can add the single cell, you can execute. Okay, so we can visualize this within the single cell also, that is possible. Okay, so here we can add the directed graph, and this is a we can remove this. Okay, so we can remove this. Okay, so this is a directed graph. In the directed graph, I have added the nodes, and also I have added the edges. Okay, and also we can visualize this. Okay, so just we can execute this, we can have an output. Okay, so just wait. I'll paste this. Yeah, I have posted in the comment. Please check it. Shall we move? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Please show me the code one more time.
Yeah, sure.
Code. I'm getting error.
Please post in the chat box. Okay, I can check and I will correct it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So the next we can see how to convert. So this is actually the directed graph. Okay. So how can we convert? It's an undirected graph. Okay. So just I can create one of the new graph. Okay. That is a just we can use this U. Okay. So you may be we can denote it as a undirected. Okay. This is a new graph name. Okay. So in this new graph name, so we need to convert as a undirected graph. Okay, so here we can have a directed graph. Okay, so the graph name is a D, that is a previous one. Okay, I want to convert as a undirected. Okay, so just we can use this inbuilt function to underscore undirected. Okay, so this is a keyword we have. Okay, so if you use this, it's automatically convert a graph into an undirected graph. Okay, so just we can visualize this. Okay, so just we can use this. Yeah, I can copy and paste over here. Okay, so this is our graph name is U. Okay, which is similar for the directed. Okay, here you can see we can have a undirected graph. Okay, which is similar. Suppose if you want to convert again, it's if you want to convert it as a directed graph, that is very similar. Okay, so just you can use this. Okay, so just we can use this DI. Okay, so that is a directed. Already we have used that DI. Okay, so I want to here change it as a U. Okay, so here also I want to change as a DI. Okay, so now we need to change directed. Okay, so now we need to change this undirected graph into directed graph. Okay, so just we can execute this here. You can see now we can have a both the side, we can have an edges. Okay, so here we didn't specify what is the ordered pair. Okay, so that's why we can have a both the side, we can have a direction. Okay, so if you convert directly from the undirected graph, so we can have this type of output. Okay, so that's why we didn't suggest that. Okay, so easily we can convert any directed graph to undirected graph in Python. But if you want to convert undirected graph into directed graph, so we can have the both the side we can have a direction. Is this clear?
So the first line I'm getting error. First line, first code.
Is this, ma'am?
First one, yes, first one. Yes.
This is the first one. Just we can convert.
I mean, sorry,
That
last diagram.
is this.
Yes, yes. No, last one, full last. Last.
Is this?
Yes, the first line.
Yeah,
I
you
got
need to
error.
specify exact graph name. Okay, so
Function object has no attribute.
the previous graph name is U. That is an undirected graph. Okay, so that's why I can specify here U. So this is I want the directed graph. That's why this is an inbuilt function we have, the to underscore directed. Okay, so just we can visualize this particular graph.
Yes, sir. In mine, it was D. Now it is correct. Thank you, sir. Now it is correct.
Uh, yeah, we can, Pradiksha, sir, we can, you can see if you click right button, if you click this, if you do the right click, you can have the save as image, save images option. You can save this image in the particular different format. Okay, so we can save this as a PNG format. Okay, suppose if you want this particular graph, okay, so just right click, can have this save as image. And also we can have this copy image address, copy image like that. This is clear, Pradiksha sir? Shall we move? Okay. So next we'll have some graph properties are there. Okay. So just I can see I want to know how many edges are there. Okay. This is a very simple graph.
Sir,
Okay. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
sir, here my error show mm, that U is not defined.
Yeah. We need to specify what is U. Okay. So here I can convert the previous
Okay,
graph.
okay. I
That's
missed
why.
that.
Yeah. Okay, so just I want to check. Okay, so in the previous die, okay, so die is nothing but this is my previous graph. The previous graph name is a die. Okay, so in this die, I want to count the
So,
number of nodes.
why, sir, why we didn't use when we converted undirected graph to directed graph, U equal to DI, not like a D in last second graph.
Is this?
No, just up from this one.
Yeah.
So why we didn't use U equal to DI?
Ma'am, it's just a notation only. U is
Yeah,
equal to
this
D.
previous graph name is a D. The previous graph name is D. So I want to, this is a directed graph. I want to change this graph into undirected graph.
Undirected graph.
Yeah. So that's why. So this is my
But when
graph
we
name.
converted it into, but when we are converted it into the directed graph, then we have to use in U equal to DI, and from directed you have to use U equal to D,
Yeah.
just for the
Here,
notation.
here we can have this again. Okay. So this is an undirected graph. Again, I have converted it as an undirected graph here.
Okay.
This is a die. Okay, so just this is an undirected graph. Okay, so in this undirected graph, I want to convert it as a directed graph.
Okay.
Is this clear, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to check in this previous graph. This previous graph name is a die. Okay, so I want to check how many edges are there. Okay, so just for example, how many vertices are there? Okay, so just you can check this. Okay, so obviously, so this is a very smaller graph. Okay, easily we can count. Okay, suppose if it is a larger graph, we can't count. Yeah, Manmohan Shah, you can put any name. Okay, so for the understanding purpose only, just I can use this DI. You can put anything, any name. Is this clear? Okay, so here I want to print the number of nodes in this graph. Okay, so that is a very simple. Okay, so this is my graph name. Okay, so don't to be complicated. Okay, so here we can use this DI is a graph name. Okay, so I want to check in the graph how many nodes are there. Okay, so that's why the number of nodes. Okay, so the similar way, easily we can check the number of edges also. Okay, so just I can copy this. Okay, so instead of the nodes, okay, so instead of the nodes, just we can change it as a edges. Okay, so this will gives the number of edges. Okay, so the number of edges, we can have the 10. Okay, that means that, so this is an undirected graph. We can have a both the side direction. Okay, so that's why we can have the number of edges as a 10. Okay, suppose on the same way, we can see this U. Okay, so U is a undirected graph in the previous one. Okay, so this is a graph U. Just now you can check this. Okay, obviously it's a 5. Is this clear? So this is how we can check the number of nodes, number of vertices, like that. Okay, so the similar way, easily we can check the degrees also. Okay, so for example, I want to check the degree of the vertex. Yeah, this is a very simple code. That's why I didn't share. Okay, so just wait, I can share this. Okay, so this is how we can change the number of nodes and number of edges. Okay, so in the same way, easily we can check the degrees also. Okay, so for example, I want to check the particular vertex degree. Okay, for example, I want to check in the graph U. Okay, so just I can print. Okay, I want to print. We can choose the U. U is our graph. Okay, so I want to check the degree of. Okay, so degree of vertex 5. Okay, I want to check the degree of the vertex 5. Okay, can check that. This is a two regular graph. Okay, this is a two regular graph. Obviously, we can have the degrees 2. Okay, can see this is how we can check the degrees. Okay, suppose if you leave as an empty, we can see all the vertex degrees. Okay, so for example, here I didn't specify a particular vertex. Okay, so just we can execute this. We can see this is a two regular graph, So the first, this is a vertex and this is a degree. Okay, so this is the first vertex degree and this is the second vertex degree and this is the third vertex degree and this is the fourth vertex degree and this is the fifth vertex degree. Okay, we can find all the vertex degree within this. Is this clear?
Sir, can you re-explain the last line again, please?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Okay, so we can compare with the previous line. That is easy to understand. Okay, so in this previous output, I want to check the specific vertex degree. Okay, so for example, here, so this is our graph U. So here I want to check what is the degree of 5. This is a very simple graph. Easily we can check the degree of 5 is obviously 2. Suppose if it is a complicated graph, so we can't find easily. Okay, so that's how we can use this degree. Okay, so obviously the 5 is the vertex 5 degree is 2. Okay, but if you want to check all the vertex degree, you can leave this parenthesis as a empty. Okay, if you leave the parenthesis as a empty, that will give the entire vertex set degree. Okay, so that's so. Okay, so this first coordinate is a vertex name. The second coordinate is a particular vertex degree. Okay, so for example, here the first vertex degree is 2, and the second vertex degree is also 2, and third vertex degree is also 2, and fourth vertex degree is also 2, and fifth vertex degree is also 2. So that's why this is a two regular graph. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Sir, can we calculate the neighborhood degree, closed neighborhood degree, sir?
Yeah, I will explain later, ma'am. Okay, so this is a beginner's level. Okay, if you introduce that concept, some of the beginners will confused.
Okay, sir.
Okay, surely I will explain later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we are in the step-by-step process. Surely I will explain later part.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so then we move on to the next part. Okay, so, one of the participants asked the queries. Okay, suppose if you want to remove a particular vertex, that is also possible. We can edit, we can delete, we can add. All the concepts are possible. Okay, so for example, this previous graph U, just I can take, just I can visualize this U. Okay, so then easily understand further codes. Okay, so just I can execute this. Okay, so this is our graph U. So in this graph U, I want to add one more vertex. Okay, so I want to add one more node. Okay, so for example, that is a very simple process. Okay, that is already we had done. Okay, so just I want to use the U dot add underscore node. Okay, so just I can add the node as we can add the 6. Okay, so just I can add the node. Okay, so just I can again we visualize this. Okay, so obviously one more node is added. Okay, so that is a 6. Okay, so again I can add the edges. Okay, that is possible. Okay, so in the same way, just I can add the one more edge. Okay, so for example, here we can add edge. Okay, so edge from we can you add it 1,6. Okay, so just I want to add the edge. Oh, sorry, I think here we need to specify that what is edge. Okay, so just we can add the even. So even is nothing but that is 1,6. Okay, so here we can add even. Yes, right. Even. Okay, so now we can see added the one more edges. Okay, suppose if you want to remove a particular vertex is also
Sir,
possible.
please
Okay,
scroll up.
yeah, just this is a very simple, that is already we had done in the previously. Okay, so in the same graph we can edit and we can update, we can remove like that. Yeah, I will explain. Domini. Shall we move for the next one? Okay, so it's almost 7:45. Okay, so can I take 3 more minutes?
Sure, sir.
Sharply wind up with the 7:45. Okay, so for example, we can remove the vertex also. For example, suppose if you want to remove a particular vertex. Okay, so just wait. Okay, so I want to remove. Okay, so for example, our graph name is U. Okay, so remove. Okay, remove node. Okay, so for example, we can remove 5. Okay, so just we can visualize this. Now we can execute this. The 5 is removed here. Okay, so the 5 is removed in this vertex. Okay, so we can see it's like a path. Is this clear?
Scroll up for the when we add the edges.
Is this?
Yes, sir.
That is a very similar process. Don't be confused. In the previously, that initially we can add the edges, we can add the vertices like that. That is a very same process. Can update or we can add a node, add edges, and anytime. Okay, anytime we can add and you can remove as well. Okay, so here I have removed the particular node. Okay, so I have removed the node 5. That is a very similar for edges also. Easily we can remove the edges also. Okay, so instead of a node, just we can change the edges. Okay, so for example, I can see Okay, so here we can remove the edge between 1 comma 6. Okay, I want to remove the edge. Okay, I want to remove the edge 1 comma 6. Okay, so just you can execute this. We can see the edge 1 comma 6 is removed. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so next, Domini Suzuda, I have a different question. Is it possible to draw generalized graph for example M and Sns like that? Okay, so for example, we'll start with the complete graph. Okay, I want to draw a complete graph in the randomly. Okay, so it's possible. Okay, so this is a syntax we have. NX stands for network X. Okay, so this is a complete graph. I want the K5. Okay, so I want to draw the K5. Okay, so just you can execute this. Obviously, you can have this K5. Okay, so we can add this K6. Okay, this is for the K6. Okay, so if you want to upgrade this K7, okay, so this is for K7. Okay, so it's like easily we can add the K8. Okay, this is for the K8. Okay, so it's like that. Easily we can plot any number. Okay, so for example, I want to plot the K25. That is a complete graph with the 25 vertices. Okay, so it's obviously possible. Okay, this is a complete graph with the 25 vertices within the single click. Okay,
Sir, in
so
diagraph, if there is edge between 2 and 3 and remove this one, then which will be removed? 2 to 3 or 3 to 2?
the diagraph. Sir, and the diagraph, we can have directions also there. Okay, so we can have the different pairs. Okay, so 2 comma 3 is also there and 2 comma 3 is also there. Okay, so if you have a different pairs, ordered pairs, okay, so we need to specify that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so this is for the complete graph. You can put any number. Okay, so we can put any number that will automatically plot. Okay, so for example, we can plot with the 50. Okay, so K50. Okay, so that is also possible. This is a K50. Okay, so it's not to be understand. Okay, so just we can use this K15. That is much visible. This is for the K15. Okay, we need to understand one thing here. Okay, so Python always starts with the whole number process. Okay, so if you generate anything randomly, it starts with 0. Okay, so here it starts with 0. Okay, so the vertex starts with 0 and ends with n minus 1. Okay, if you put the K15, you have only seen the K14. Okay, so that's so I think time is 7:48. Okay, so we can wind up the session. Yeah, one more query from Manmohan Shah. That is possible. Okay, so it's like that. Easily we can. Okay, so for example, just wait. I will explain only one code. Okay, so that may be for okay. Okay, so this is our graph name G. Okay, suppose if we want to add the weight. Okay, so for example, this is an direction we have 1 comma 2. Okay, so I want the weight as a 5. Okay, so in the 1 comma 2, I want to add the 5. Okay, so we need to add one more coordinate in this edges. Okay, so for example, we need to visualize this. Because just I can copy and I have posted here. Okay, so now we can see Sorry, I think it's not displayed. Just wait. 1,2 is there, but wait is not displayed. Just wait.
Sir,
We
I
need to
think the 5 is removed, that side is the problem, probably.
No, sir. We need to use one more lines. Okay, it's like that. We need to specify that this graph have an edge weight. Okay, so that's why we can have an error. Okay, so it's like that. So we need to specify that. Okay, so we need to specify it have a edge weight. Okay, so it's like that. Edge labels. Okay, so this is an edge labels. Okay, so here edge labels are 5, 8, 3, 6, 4. Okay, so we need to specify that. Index dot get edge attributes. Okay, so here we can specify that g comma weight. Okay, so then we can have the positions like that. Okay, so here we need to add one more packages, then only this will have an output. Okay, so I will explain later. Okay, so this is a one more package. Just wait. Position is not placed, I think so. Okay, so
Yes,
just
sir. Please continue this on tomorrow.
yeah, sure, ma'am, sure. We can wind up. We can wind up. Just wait. Okay. So we need to specify what is a POS. Okay. So just we can specify here what is the POS. That is we can give a POS which is equal to we can give a we can have some default layouts are there. Okay, so we can have a circular layout. Okay, so circular layout of G. Okay, surely I will explain later. I think we have some bugs are there. Okay, so thank you so much for your active participation today. Have a wonderful beginning. We done. Okay, so we done some basic concepts in detailed manner. Okay, so all the participants asked the queries. That is a very wonderful starting today. Okay, so thank you so much. All the participants have some insights from this session. Okay, so thank you so much for her active participation. Tomorrow we'll have a wonderful advanced level session. So
Sir,
please don't miss it.
sir, one
Yeah.
request, sir.
Yeah.
Kindly share this recorded session and
Yeah,
this
sure,
course
sure.
to our
We'll share
WhatsApp group.
we'll share the recording link shortly, shortly. Okay. So thank you so much.
Also use this code, sir.
That is we have some suggestion from the participant side. Okay, so please we'll share the recording link. Okay, you can watch the recording link that is available in all the codes. Okay, so please type within your own. Okay, if I share this notebook, we have conducted the many sessions. If we share this notebook, participants should not learn particular concepts. We get the detailed study of this. Okay, so that's why we didn't share any notebook to the participants. We have shared the entire recording link. We can see the video and you can type, then you can get the solution. Suppose if I share the entire notebook, just copy paste. Okay, so beginners that didn't understand what is the line, why we put like this, like that. Okay, so that's why we didn't share any notebooks to the participants. Okay, so we'll share the entire recording link. Yeah, sure. Okay, so my name is Dr. M. Gnanasekar. Okay. So in the poster itself, you have my number. Okay. So this is my
Thank you, sir.
number.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so
Sir,
much.
if any kind of graph explained in the nth term of the graph, specific graph structure, sir, in the tomorrow session.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, sure.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. So thank you so much.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you show the code for weighted graph?
Ma'am, that weighted graph which have some bugs. Okay, so I will explain tomorrow session. The
Okay, okay.
easiest way. Yeah.
We
Okay,
can
thank
leave
you.
the session now, sir.
Thank you, sir.